Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a cleaning marathon that is over an hour long. These videos are all from our old house and they kind of mark the spot where I transitioned from Mrs. Boy Mom Plans into At Home with Danielle. So either sit back and relax or grab your stuff and start cleaning with me. I hope you enjoy all of this cleaning motivation. What you're seeing right now is my kitchen. This is just what it looked like after dinner. My husband made some homemade chicken nuggets. My older son made a mess all over the kitchen trying to make a second plate for himself. So there's just dishes everywhere, crumbs everywhere. So I decided to come in late at night and just do a quick cleanup of the kitchen. So I'm gonna talk to you here and there, let you know what I'm doing, but for the most part, I'm just gonna play some music for you to listen to and just watch me clean. So to start with, I decided to do the dishes. I always start the kitchen by doing the dishes. Doing that helps to clean off the counters and just makes cleaning up afterwards so much easier. So I'm just loading the dishwasher right now, and then you'll see me struggling with the drain a little bit because one of the kids decided to dump food on the side of the drain that does not have the garbage disposal. So once I got all of the dishes out of the sink, I tried to clear out all the food that was sitting on the wrong side. I ended up having to pull out a spoon to kind of scoop the food out, and that way I could rinse it all down into the garbage disposal, and then I just cleaned my sink out so that it would be nice and clean for washing the next round of dishes. So I just used some of my dish soap, which was the Mrs. Meyer's dish soap, to clean out the sink, and then I put all the big items that I had a couple of like casserole dishes and pots and pans that just didn't fit in the dishwasher. I put all of those in the sink and filled it up with soapy water to just let it soak while I started working on the counters. So I'm just using some Mrs. Meyer's cleaner to clean the counters real well. And I'm also using a like reusable cleaning cloth. I got this one at Target. I'm not too fond of it. So if you use, some of the microfiber cleaning cloths and things like that, if there's any that you recommend, please leave me a comment down below and let me know. While I was cleaning the counter, I realized that one of the children must have spilled something and it went completely underneath the microwave. So I had to unplug the microwave and move it out of the way so that I could clean everything underneath it. And this is a newer microwave. A couple months ago, we started to warm something up and it just started sparking and almost caught on fire, almost as if there was something metal in it, but we didn't have anything metal in the microwave. So I threw it out and bought a new one. And I am not too fond of this new one. There's no time buttons. Everything's on a knob and it's all by, I think, 10-second increments. So you can't set it for like 45 seconds. You have to set it for 50 and then turn it off at 5. So after cleaning the counters, I went back to finish hand washing all of the bigger items and then immediately dried them and put them away. When I'm cleaning the kitchen and I have dishes that I'm hand washing, I don't like to leave them sitting out on the counter to dry. I want the counters to be completely cleared off so that I feel like it's a completely finished job and that I don't have to come back later and do anything else. So once I've finished washing all of the dirty dishes, I washed my sink out once again. And then I pulled out some of the storage containers that I had purchased. I purchased these on Amazon specifically to organize my pantry with, and now I'm just opening the box, taking everything out of the package because I wanted to make sure that I clean these before I put any food in it. So I just spend quite a bit of time cleaning and drying all of these. So once I was done washing the containers, I actually left them there for a little while to dry while I finished cleaning the kitchen. So I just went to the table, cleared the table off, and wiped it down, and then I started cleaning the floors. Every once in a while, I will move the table completely out of the way. Most of the time, I will just kind of sweep underneath it. I'll move the chairs out, sweep underneath it, but sometimes, probably once or twice a week, I'll pull the table completely out of the way so that I can really get in there and clean everything. So I just spent a little bit of time just sweeping everything up. We do have a vacuum cleaner that works on your linoleum floors, but I really just don't think it's as effective as a broom. So I tend to use a broom more than anything else. And then I just pulled out, I believe it's a Swiffer mop. That's what I use with like my daily cleaning, and then every once in a while we'll pull out our regular mop to really scrub the floors a little bit more. Now that my floors are completely done, I'm giving you a look at what the pantry looked like before I organized it. It was just a mess. Food was just kind of thrown everywhere. The kids, they just kind of rummage through, find whatever they want, and then they just throw it right back in there. There's no rhyme or reason to it. So I just started by completely emptying out the pantry, getting rid of stuff that was expired, setting aside stuff that I knew we weren't going to use anymore, and things like that. So I really wanted to get as much of a clean slate as I could. once I had everything pulled out of the pantry, I decided to start by taking the containers and packaging up the things that I knew I wanted to put in the containers. So like my spaghetti noodles, some of our dry goods like rice. I just really wanted to get all the containers filled and then see what was left. So once I had all the containers filled, I went ahead and pulled out the two like rectangular plastic bins along with a bin that I had already had in the pantry. I put all of my seasoning packets, my rice, my gravy packets and stuff like that in one. The other one will have my son's applesauce in it, but he doesn't have any applesauce right now, so I just left it blank. And then in the container that I had already had, you'll see that it's labeled chips, but it has not had chips in it in a while. I actually put my husband's ramen noodles and stuff like that in that container. It's that way all of his stuff would be together. Once I had everything packaged together in the containers and the drawers and everything like that, I started making the labels. These labels came with the container package, and it comes with like a little chalk marker type thing. So I just started putting everything in the pantry. I rearranged things a little bit at a time. I would put something here, then I would move it, put it somewhere else. But I spent quite a bit of time just reorganizing everything. Okay, so my late night cleaning of the kitchen is officially done. I spent way more time in here than I had originally planned on, but everything is now clean and the pantry is finished. So for the final look at the pantry. Now this is not completely done yet. There are a few more things I want to do, but basically at the top I put some of the stuff that we use the least. Our cereal is up here. I'll eventually get some larger tubs for the cereal. This is a coffee that we really only use when we run out of our other coffee. We had a whole bunch of peanut butter, so I put all of that in the back, and just stuff that we had, you know, leftovers, like we had extra sugar and stuff, that's all up there in the back behind everything else. And I didn't really have anywhere else to put this stuff, so I just put my breadcrumbs and my onion packets up here. And then on this shelf, I tried to pretty much group everything together. So this is all of our pasta stuff, our spaghetti noodles, lasagna noodles, all of my husband's ramen, his stir-fry noodles, and then I have all of our seasoning packets and our gravy packets, our gumbo base. This is when we cheat. Normally my husband will make his own roux, but sometimes he doesn't feel like it, so he uses the gumbo base. This will eventually have my son's applesauce pouches in it. He does not have any right now, so I just left it empty. We've got macaroni and cheese for the kids, a couple of dirty rice boxes, some breading stuff, another macaroni and cheese. And then on this shelf, this is pretty much all my baking stuff, my sugar, brown sugar, my chocolate chips. Then I put my canned items here. I'll be honest, we are not a vegetable family, so we don't really have a whole lot of canned items. Most of the vegetables that I do eat, I will actually buy them frozen and then cook them that way. And this is mostly drinks like hot cocoa, tea. I don't even remember now what I put in the back. These little drink flavor packets. Then we got Caden's oatmeal here and some cocoa. This is Hershey's cocoa. I put that back here so that my son doesn't accidentally make his hot chocolate with that. And then on the bottom I have all of the kids' snacks, their popcorn, syrup, some chicken broth, and then this is all of our other items like our Ziploc bags, aluminum foil, napkins, our gloves, stuff like that. And then on the bottom the kids have this big old container of cheese balls, and then I put our cooking oils here, and then the baby's tray for his seat. I keep it in here because for the most part we don't use his tray. We sit at the table and he just kind of eats off the table. But occasionally we will just decide to eat dinner in front of the TV and watch a movie together, so we'll pull out the tray for that. And then we have our rice pot and toaster down here, and then on the bottom it's our trash bags, this big cup that my husband just refuses to get rid of and only uses it like twice a year, and my KitchenAid mixer. So that's pretty much it. I will be adding some stuff at some point, some more containers. Probably try to find a different place for some of our appliances, like the toaster and stuff like that, so that I can utilize more of the pantry space for actual food. So that is it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like this video and also subscribe to my channel. I do plan on posting more content along these lines in the near future. Thanks again and have a good night. Bye. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Danielle of Mrs. Boy Mom Plans, and today I am bringing you a quick 1-hour lunch break clean with me. Now, my house wasn't in terrible condition. There was just a few things laying around here and there. I just really wanted to get the house picked up while I had a little bit of time so that it wouldn't get worse throughout the day and I wouldn't have, a lot more left to clean up at the end of the day. So I really just took the 1 hour that I had for lunch to focus on the kitchen, the dining area, the living room, the master bedroom, and the master bath. So I decided to start by cleaning my kitchen. This room did not have as much to do in it as the rest of the house did, so I decided to knock it out first. I really just needed to do some dishes and clean up the table from where my son sits to do his classwork. He likes to eat while he's um in his classes, so it just ends up with crumbs and stuff all over the table, and I needed to wipe it down real well. This particular day, he had also spilled juice all over the floor. It was super sticky. I ended up having to pull the mop out and mop it and then just let it dry so that I could go back in later with the broom to clean the rest of the floors. Now you may notice that my countertop is torn up. We are actually in the process of redoing our kitchen. I've done a lot of work in the kitchen already, and I will try to insert a before picture so you can see what we've done so far. But we will also be pulling up these countertops and making some wooden countertops to put on top. We'll be refinishing the sink and replacing the faucet. Once we get that done, then the kitchen is done, and the only thing that'll be left will be to replace the floors when we're done with the rest of the house. Now I am moving into the living room. This was really just a couple of things laying around from the kids that needed to be picked up. The floor needed to be swept, but that was pretty much it. So it wasn't terrible. This is another room that we have recently redone, and I will also insert another before picture so you can get a look at what it looked like before. We have done a lot of work throughout the house. We are trying to just get it to look a little more modern and get it ready so that we can hopefully list it on the market sometime soon, because we are in dire need of a bigger house at this point with us having 3 children in a 3-bedroom house. So once I was done with the living room, I moved into the foyer area. It really just needed to be swept. You're going to notice here in a little while that there is duct tape in my doorways. Our flooring and carpet they're just in terrible shape. The carpet was coming up in all of the doorways. So I ended up having to put duct tape down because the baby he kept pulling up the padding that was underneath the carpet, and he would put in his mouth and chew on it. And I just did not want him to choke or anything like that. So I ended up covering every doorway into the bedrooms with duct tape. Now you can see back in the living room, as soon as I get it clean, Grayson comes in with a whole bunch of toys and tries to sit down and pull stuff out to start playing. That is just seems to be par for the course. Every time I get the house clean, one of the boys inevitably will pull something out and just immediately undo every bit of the work that I've done so far. So now I am finishing the floors in the kitchen. You'll notice these white boxes off to the side. Those are actually the litter boxes for our cats. They are housed inside of those. And there's like a little cat door on each end so that they can go in. That is another reason I really want us to be able to get a bigger house, because I despise having the litter boxes right next to the dining room table, but there's just nowhere else in our house to put them. So now I am in our master bedroom, and again, this is a room that we have put a lot of work into in the last few months. Basically, throughout the pandemic, we have just been working on our house. I'll insert another picture right here so that you can see what our room looked like before. But our bedroom was probably the dirtiest out of everything today. I just kind of quickly made the bed and started picking up all this stuff. I had a nebulizer out from where Caden was having breathing treatments with COVID, and then there's just shoes laying everywhere that needed to be put in the closets, a couple of toys here and there. I don't know, just it seemed like we were cleaning the rest of the house and then just kind of tossing things into the bedroom. So now I'm just putting up the shoes, getting everything that should go in the closet put in the closet so that I can vacuum the floors. We do have 3 cats, and one of them sheds quite a bit, so I try to vacuum the floors every day if I can. At most, I try to go no longer than every other day. I believe it had been about 2 or 3 days this time since I had vacuumed. But that is pretty much primary reason number one why when we move into another house, I will not have carpet at all in the house. It will all be like the vinyl plank flooring or something like that, something that's durable and easy to clean. And, I don't have that pet dander just collecting in it. It'd be a simple matter of just, vacuuming and mopping every day. And then it just so much better that way. But now I'm just finishing vacuuming the room, I do try to move everything out of the way so that I know I'm getting all of the cat hair out of the way. It's definitely difficult having 3 cats and keeping the carpet hair free. I have made up my mind that once the cats start, living their lives out and we no longer have them, I probably won't get any more cats. At most, I will only have 1 cat. So now I'm putting up the vacuum cleaner and just storing this box in the side of my room. This box is full of new hardware for the house. There's hinges and doorknobs and stuff like that. I'm slowly getting around to painting the trim in each of the rooms and installing the new hardware. So now I'm moving into the bathroom. Just a quick kind of sprucing up, putting things away, wiping down the counter and that kind of stuff. This is a room that I have not yet redone. I will be redoing it. I will be painting the cabinets, replacing the countertops, putting new faucets in, and I'm also planning on trying to make a wooden frame for the mirror just to kind of update it, give it a fresh look. And then it's another room that the flooring will be replaced. We will be replacing the flooring in the entire house and probably just do one standard flooring throughout, just like a vinyl plank that matches everywhere. So I'm just using Mrs. Meyer's multi-surface cleaner as well as the glass cleaner to clean the bathrooms, just wiping down all of the shelves and all that stuff. Because I was starting to run out of time, I did not scrub the toilets or the tub or the shower or anything like that. I did come back in later and clean that. So I just, wiped down the counters real well and then did the floors. And that was pretty much it for the bathroom. By this time, I was pretty much out of time. And I think I finished up the bathroom about 2 minutes after the 1 hour mark. But I did manage to get everything done that I wanted to do. And now I am just giving you a quick look at how everything looks once it's clean. I felt so much better once I had everything clean. So that was pretty much it for this clean with me. Like I said, it was super short, super quick, just a 1 hour, fast as I can, straighten up the house kind of deal. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like the video and also subscribe to my channel. I do plan on posting more videos like this in the future, as well as some other things that aren't necessarily planning related. I may be posting some DIY stuff as we continue working on our house and getting it ready to sell. But thank you for taking the time to watch this, and I hope you have a great day. Bye! Everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Danielle. I've recently changed the channel from Mrs. Boy Mom Plans to At Home with Danielle, and I'm kicking off the change with a clean with me from our old house. This is the house that we sold back in July. I have this clean with me as well as our final clean with me before we closed on the home. This video was actually filmed before we even listed the house. You'll see that we still had our old torn up countertops. We still had all of our stuff in the house. I did clean a lot of this stuff out before we ever listed the house. In the next video, you'll get a look at what the house looked like when we actually sold it. So if you're interested in that and future cleaning videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. This particular video was filmed during the time that we were all working virtually due to COVID. So everyone was in the house all day, every day, and it was an absolute nightmare to try to keep clean. Right now, I'm giving you a look at the before, and then we'll jump right into the cleaning.
Place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself I don't have to plan it. I can go change my fate. You won't understand it. All alone, that's okay. People I can't stand them. They don't want me to change. Keep me where I'm standing. And I don't wanna be where I am. And I want something more. Take a chance. It could be possibly my last dance. My last dance. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down.
In this clip that the countertops are torn up. So we actually were trying to salvage like the main portion of the countertop to try to do some sort of DIY thing, but we ended up just giving up on that, tearing those out, putting in some new laminate countertops. We also replaced this sink and faucet as well. We changed it from a double basin to a single basin sink, which you'll see in the next video. And I actually really missed that sink. It was really big, it was really deep, and I loved having only one basin. Our sink that we have in this house is a double basin, but it is a deep sink, so it's not terrible. I can live with it, but I do miss the sink that we had in the old house.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe. There's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
I am wasting so many paper towels right here, and I honestly have no clue what I'm doing. I don't even really use paper towels anymore. I switched almost completely over to the microfiber cleaning cloths, and I only use paper towels for like the really nasty stuff that I don't want to, get on a cleaning rag. Like if the cats throw up or something, I don't know why I just wasted like half a roll of paper towels to clean the sink of all things. I really have no clue what I was thinking. So a lot of the stuff that you're seeing on the counters in this video, I actually got rid of. Once we had to, really clear off all our counter space and get the house ready for people to come look at it, I really realized how much the clutter was affecting like my anxiety and stuff. And I quickly realized that having less on the counter made me happier, made me feel better. I didn't feel so stressed. I didn't feel like I was looking around and just seeing a bunch of mess. I actually got rid of my knife block, and I now keep all the steak knives in a drawer. We no longer have a microwave that's on the counter. All of our small appliances go inside one of the cabinets, so they're not out. We just pull them out when we need them.
Gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and repel any hate, go create what you want, feel compelled, yeah. And once you finally get a taste of the race, you'll never look back once you felt that. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. About others way before myself, yeah. I guess that's why I feel like I go through hell, damn. Wasting time on your dreams instead of mine, yeah. About to turn this franchise around on a dime, man. It's all about finding your right state of mind. It's all about turning the worst into fine. It's all about time and the work and the climb. From the thirst we will rise, I'm immersed in this life. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first.
Now, as I'm getting ready to do the laundry and everything in this video, I thought I'd take the opportunity to give you an explanation of why we moved out of this house. One of the reasons was, of course, as a family of 5 living in a 3-bedroom, roughly 1,200 square foot house, just was not cutting it for us anymore. My husband started school. He didn't have any privacy to do his schoolwork or anything like that. But the biggest reason that we moved is that things around our neighborhood had just kind of starting to fall apart. When we moved into the neighborhood 10 years ago, right after our oldest son was born, it was a good neighborhood. Now, we've always had great neighbors, but we've had issues with other people coming into the neighborhood, issues with things going on directly outside the neighborhood. We've had, unfortunately, several homicides in the area. And in January, I want to think it was around 12:30 at night, there was a shootout. There's a drive-by shooting at a bar, which was directly in front of our neighborhood. And there were probably 30-40 shots fired. And it was actually close enough to our house that it shook the windows of our oldest son's bedroom. enough to wake him up, and he came running into the living room, freaking out, screaming and crying, saying someone was banging on his door, or someone was banging on his window. And so I had to look at my 10-year-old and say, "No, baby, nobody's at your window. That's just gunshots from down the street." And that was the night I looked at my husband and said, "I don't care what we have to do. We have to figure out how to get out of this house." And we just got lucky. I started making phone calls. I had some friends and some connections, and things kind of fell into place. We got the house sold, and then things kind of fell apart. I think I mentioned before, we ended up homeless for about 4 months while we tried to find another house because we were waiting on one house to be renovated. It ended up not working out the way we thought it would. We were back and forth between friends and a camper. All of this with 3 children, a 10-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. So it was pretty hectic. But in the end, things worked out. We're in a much nicer neighborhood, much quieter neighborhood. I haven't heard a single gunshot in months. And that is such a relief to be able to know that my kids are going to sleep at night in a bed that I don't have to worry about stray bullets coming through the window.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago. I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change. Had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down.
If I recall correctly, you will see me open this door right here and just kind of toss stuff inside. I believe my husband had worked the previous night, so he was asleep in the bedroom. So anything of ours that I found laying around, I just put it in our room, and then I went in after he got up and just kind of finished straightening up our room so that the rest of the house was clean.
Run away, I don't have to plan it. I can go change my fate, you won't understand it. All alone, that's okay. People I can't stand them, they don't want me to change. Keep me where I'm standing, and I don't wanna be where I am. And I want something more, take a chance. It could be possibly my last dance, my last dance. And I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down.
So as I'm cleaning up my youngest son's room, you'll see quite a few stains on the carpet. I believe most of those are Pediasure. We have not successfully found a single bottle or sippy cup that Caden does not make a mess with. If you're new to the channel, I'll tell you a little bit about Caden. Caden is going to be 3 in February, and when he was 6 weeks old, we discovered that he has Down syndrome. And so he's got some low muscle tone. He does well overall. He's healthy. He is always in a good mood for the most part. He just has not successfully mastered the drinking. He'll kind of get it in his mouth and then a lot of it dribbles out. Now, as he's gotten older, he's gotten a lot better. This was filmed months ago. So you'll see all these stains. I did go in later on with the shampooer and was able to get most of the stains out of the carpet. But the carpet in this house overall was just terrible. It was, I believe, the carpet from when this house was originally built in 2001. We needed to replace it, but we didn't have the funds to do it. And with the way the housing market was, we didn't have any need to. We just kind of, made the house look as presentable as possible. And, we listed our house and we had it on offer that we accepted within 6 hours of listing. And it was an offer that was well over our listing price. So things just definitely worked out for us, especially with the housing market. We ended up making enough money off the house to pay off my car, which put us in a much better financial position and allowed us to get the house that we are currently living in.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic, believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness. So tell me gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and repel any hate, go create what you want, feel compelled, yeah. And once you finally get a taste of the race, you'll never look back once you felt that. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. About others way before myself, yeah. I guess that's why I feel like I go through hell, damn. Wasting time on your dreams instead of mine, yeah. About to turn this franchise around on a dime, man.
So that is it for this clean with me. Now I'm just going to show you some before and after pictures that I took. And I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're interested in seeing more clean with me videos in the future. I will also have a video coming up very soon giving you a tour of the new house. So thanks again, and I hope you have a good night. Bye.
Finding your right state of mind. It's all about turning the worst into fine. It's all about time and the work and the climb. From the thirst we will rise. I'm immersed in this life. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth. Just focus on yourself first.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Danielle. Today I'm going to be doing a clean with me. We are currently in our old house and we close on it in 2 days. They will be doing a final walkthrough about an hour before closing, so I thought I would take you along as I do a little bit of cleanup just to get ready for that walkthrough. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the house and kind of walk you through and show you what I'm working with today. Okay, so I did invest in a new handheld little tripod thing that is supposed to make these moving shots a little more stable, a little less blurry. So as you're seeing the mess that is my house right now, I will say that this is a little messier than normal. We had a pretty rough day yesterday and I just did not feel like doing, you know, the standard of cleaning that I have been doing every night. Normally I straighten up every room and clean all the floors and everything every night before bed. But yesterday was rough and I pretty much only got the kitchen cleaned and just figured I would do the rest today. So we are supposed to move out of this house on August 22nd. We were supposed to close on our new house on August 16th. So that gave us about a week to work with. However, yesterday we found out that the new house is going to be delayed for about a month. So we're looking at a 3 to 4 week period where we were not going to have anywhere to stay. So after spending most of the day worried about that, I did manage to get up with a family friend who has space for all of us to be able to stay with them until our house is finished. So today I'm just going to work on cleaning this house. My camera's messed up. So I'm just going to focus on cleaning up the house and getting this one ready for that walkthrough. In this video, you will not see me go into this room or this room. The baby is currently taking a nap. I'm trying to do most of this cleaning while he sleeps, and the other two boys are in there playing video games and stuff. So I will not be going in those rooms. I will be doing those rooms later tonight, basically right before bedtime, because they're just going to continue to mess it up throughout the day anyway. So that is my plan. So we're gonna go ahead, and the first thing I'm gonna do is pick up all the stuff off the floors so that I can run my Roomba while I'm working in the kitchen. So let's get started.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around. so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious. Idiots thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. I'm not gonna wake up.
I can't believe that you came into my life. You made me feel again. Now it's my turn. You say you've always been a little bit shy, but I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within.
So it has been months since I filmed this video. In the intro, I said I was going to pick up the floors and then start the Roomba, but it looks like I did quite a bit of work in the kitchen before I started the Roomba. If you watched my last video, which I will link right here, you'll notice that the countertops, the sink, and the faucet are all completely different. These are the upgrades that we made to the kitchen. We did install these countertops ourselves. My husband and my father did most of the work, and they spent the majority of an entire day finding these countertops, and both of them swear that they will never do countertops again. This Roomba was by far one of the best purchases I ever made. It definitely made keeping the floors clean with all the animals so much easier. When we were living in the old house, we would let it run once a day when everybody left the house, and then we would run it in just the kitchen and the dining room after dinner, and that really helped a lot. In the new house, we just have it set at like 1 o'clock in the morning so that once all the kids are in bed and we're in bed and nobody's downstairs, it'll run through the entire downstairs. And then it doesn't work great on carpet, so we just use the regular vacuum cleaner upstairs. Now that the Roomba is running, I'm back in the kitchen doing dishes. And guys, I miss this dishwasher so much. We will eventually have to get a new dishwasher in our new house, mainly because this one, it's just not going to work for us. It doesn't have, it's got all the buttons right on the front, which
my kids are constantly touching, especially the little one. There's no way for it to like be shut off and then pick right up in the middle of a load the way our old one did. So every time Caden touches it, I have to completely start the whole load over. And it also just doesn't clean as well as our old one did. So we will be investing in a new dishwasher probably sooner rather than later.
So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you? I know it's hard for you to give it a try, but you are not alone. I'm here with you. I think you owe it to this beautiful night to lose all your control. Do it for you. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you? Don't be afraid. Just let go of your fears, 'cause you know you can do it, baby. Dance and away. Now you know how it feels. Now you know you can do it, baby. And let the music begin. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin for me. Won't you?
If you watched my last video, I had mentioned about not keeping as many things on the counters. So you'll notice that I have less stuff on the counters than I had in the previous video. And now, since we've moved into the new house, we actually keep even less out. Personally, it's just better for, I guess, my mental health to not have what feels like clutter to me. So I actually got rid of the knife block. I don't have a bread tin anymore, and we don't use a paper towel holder anymore. We very rarely use paper towels. They pretty much only get used when there's like food that we have that has to be wrapped up in a paper towel in order to be microwaved. That's about it. I keep hand towels out to dry our hands after we wash them. Almost all of our cleaning is done with the cleaning rags, and then I always keep I call them junk rags and towels. They're just old rags and old towels that we've replaced over the years. We just keep a handful of old ones for cleanup, like if the kids spill something or one of the animals make a mess. We just keep those old towels for that. So I have very few things on my counters. I think I have the utensil holder, some cutting boards, a decorative piece here and there, and that's about it. I really just don't like having stuff on my counters anymore.
I cannot beat you. No, I won't have it, babe. Not playing this game. I do not feel you. I'm not crossing that tape. It would be a shame. So listen, baby, listen carefully, 'cause I got something to say.
So when it came time to prepare the house for listing and showings, we got rid of a lot of stuff in the dining area. We put our coffee bar in storage, which we will probably actually be trying to find another use for that. We got rid of one of the litter box containers because I was not going to keep those. So we put both litter boxes in the same container and got rid of the coffee bar. We packed up some of our like small appliances that we don't use frequently, and then the ones that we did use, we just made space for them in the pantry and the cabinets. That way there wasn't as much stuff in the dining room, and the dining room didn't feel so small and everything. And as I open the windows, you're going to see what looks like a bunch of trash in our backyard. That is actually that is siding that the buyers had to have put on in order for their loan to get approved. So when we accepted the offer, they came in and offered us a good bit over our asking price, agreed to pay cash over the appraisal if the appraisal came in low, and agreed to be responsible for any and all repairs that were necessary to the house. So when they had their inspection and their appraisal and all that, the loan company that they were using came back and said that there were 2 or 3 sections of siding that needed to be replaced before they would approve the loan for them. So they sent some people out and replaced the siding, and then they just left all that siding laying in the yard. So I believe we eventually just kind of stacked it all behind the shed before we left. But really, I guess it wasn't even our responsibility to do that, considering it was the buyers. But we did clean up the backyard before we left the house.
I feel us fading. Listen carefully. Let's stop this charade. Stop this Stop this I wanna make things right. Run away on this night. Do whatever we like. We will see things clearly. On top of the world is what we deserve. So listen, baby, listen carefully, 'cause I got something to say. I feel us fading. Listen carefully. Let's stop this charade. Stop this charade. Stop this charade. Stop this charade. I would give you the world if it was up to me. It's not too late to be heard, so tell me what I need to know. Tell me what I need to know. And stop this charade.
Everything feels so abstract. Yeah, it's complicated. What you say, the way you act. Well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do anymore. Can't you just make up your mind? My heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there is a fight when we are talking.
Now you're not going to see any changes in this room. Our master bedroom was one that we redid kind of in the beginning of COVID. We had a lot of free time on our hands, so we got rid of our old bed frame. We built a new a new headboard. We actually lowered our bed so that the cats couldn't get under it because we had issues with the cats getting under it, and unfortunately having hairballs underneath the bed, and it was a pain to try to clean. So we did lower it and put like a base around it so they couldn't get underneath the bed. And then we made like this little kind of seating area with our extra dining room chairs. I redid the dresser. But all of this was done well before we listed the house. So this room looks the same as it has in the past few videos.
I'm buzzing, let's drink up. Your death look like big fun. Come on, let's get it on. Like that Marvin Gaye song. I'm stunning, you love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want it. Come on, give me something. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. The sun sets on fire, tell me your desires. We're not getting tired, baby, take me higher.
So you may notice that I had a new vacuum in this video. The last vacuum cleaner you saw was a Shark. It was a corded vacuum. That vacuum cleaner lasted us for probably 8 years or so. Eventually the hose split and I just decided to get a new one. I ended up going with the Dyson V11 Torque, I believe it was. However, when we moved into the new house, the canister broke, and when we took it back to Best Buy because we had the protection plan, they just replaced it. They did not have the V11 Torque, so they had us pick out something in the same price point, and we got the V15 copper or something. I'll have to post a link of it below. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but it works even better than our old Dyson did, and we loved our old Dyson. Now that I am working in the bathroom, you'll see that this is another space where we just got rid of a bunch of clutter. In the previous video, I had a like tier tray that had all of my face products and my makeup and stuff like that on it. And while that was convenient, I really ended up just hating having it taking up my entire counter space. So I got rid of a lot of stuff and reorganized my drawers so that all of my makeup and face products would fit in there, and I could just open the drawer and grab it, do what I needed to do, and go.
You love it, come on, give me something. I know that you want it, boy. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be
Okay, so we are pretty much done with everything that I'm going to do today. The kitchen will be straightened up again after dinner. Basically everything's going to be straightened up again. As you see, my children are already in the living room that I just cleaned. So my son will have to clean his room before he goes to bed. I did straighten up the counters and the mirror in the bathroom, but for the most part, you will never see me clean a toilet or scrub the bathtubs and showers. I clean everything else in the house. Those are my husband's responsibility. And then you'll also never see me clean the litter boxes because that is my son's responsibility. My son wanted his own cat, so now he is responsible for cleaning the litter. It is one of his daily chores. So tomorrow night, before we go to bed, he will replace the litter boxes. He'll put fresh litter in there and everything so that Monday morning when they come in for the walkthrough, everything's nice and fresh. He is also responsible for his bathroom and his bedroom. So for the most part, I do the rest of the house, my husband does the bathroom, and then Gabriel's responsible for his bathroom, his bedroom, and the litter. So I keep my hands out of that stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for tuning in. Also, please make sure you like this video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. I do hope to have new content coming. If you're interested in seeing what our new house looks like, please make sure you follow along. So if that's something you're interested in, please make sure you subscribe and also click on the bell so that you get notified when those videos do post. So thanks again and have a good night. Bye.